In this video, I'll show you how to create the ultimate community server, just like this one. You'll also learn how to create a welcome message, design embedded rules, set up YouTube notifications, build a ticket system, and even manage roles and permissions. Yes, everything, in just 6 simple steps. All right, let's begin. Open Discord, and at the bottom, you'll see an option that says Add a Server. Click on that. You can choose any option here, but I'll choose Create My Own. Since I'm building a community server, I'll choose the second option. Enter your server name, upload an icon, and once everything is set, click Create. This is what you'll see by default. 2 categories, one with a text channel and another with a voice channel. Now, let's customize them. Right-click on the empty space and select Create Category. Enter your category name. Then click Create Category. Alternatively, you can click on your server name and select the Create Category option from the drop-down menu. If you want to rename a category, right-click on the category name and select Edit Category. Next, let's create some channels within these categories. Click the plus icon next to the category name. You'll see 2 options, text channel and a voice channel. In text channels, you can only use lowercase letters with no spaces. However, in voice channels, you can use both upper and lowercase letters, and you can even add spaces between words. I'll go ahead and create a few channels, and I'll be back in a moment. Okay, so here's the final list of channels we need. If you want to rename any of these channels, hover over the name, and you'll see a cog icon that says Edit Channel. Click on that option to rename the channel. Now, let's rearrange our categories. Move the information category to the top, because that's our highlighted section. Time to add some flair to these channels. Go to Edit Channel. If you're on Windows, press the Windows key plus the period key to open the emoji panel. Add an emoji that matches the channel's name. I'm also going to use a channel separator to add space between the emoji and the channel name. I've shared this special character in the description. For Mac users, you can visit tools.pixart to find and copy emojis. I'll quickly add flair to the remaining channels and categories, so stay tuned. Here's the final version. Next, let's set the user limit for voice channels. If you set the limit to 2 users, only 2 people can join that voice channel. Others will see that the channel is full. To do this, go to Edit Channel and scroll to the bottom. You'll find the user limit option. You can set the limit anywhere up to 99 users. But for now, I'll set it to 2. Finally, let's add a channel topic. Go to Edit Channel and write a short description that helps members understand the purpose of the channel. We're all set. Let's move on to the next step. If you don't want to handle all of this yourself and prefer someone else to do it for you, then I'm here to help. I've built hundreds of servers over the past few years, and no matter what niche you're in, I'm confident I can help you. If you're interested, just fill out the form in the description, and I'll get back to you. If you're ready to transform your server into a community server, or else you want users to find your server on Discord's discovery page, then follow along, or feel free to skip this section. You will find the timestamps in the description. First, select your server name in the upper left corner. A drop-down menu will appear. Click on Server Settings. On the left sidebar, scroll to the bottom and click Enable Community. Next, press the Get Started button to begin setting up your community server. You'll go through a series of steps to ensure your server is configured perfectly. Finally, check the box for I agree and understand and click Finish Setup. Once you're done, you'll notice 4 new tabs: Overview, Onboarding, Server Insights, and Discovery. If you want your server to be listed on the Discovery page, you'll need to meet all of these requirements. For the onboarding process, I've already created a detailed video. I'll include the link in the description. Make sure to check that out later. When the community feature is enabled, you'll see 3 new channel options: Forum, Announcement, and Stage. Forums are great if you want dedicated spaces for specific topics of discussion, or even as a resource channel. If you'd like a dedicated video on how to use forums, let me know in the comments below. Now let's talk about announcement channels. Imagine your community is server A. If you post information in your announcement channel and hit publish, that information will also be sent to another server. Let's call it server B. Want to know how it works? Let's dive in. Choose any text channel that you want to convert into an announcement channel. Scroll to the bottom of the settings and toggle the announcement channel option. Hit Save Changes. Next, at the top of the channel, you'll see a follow button. Click it. Then, select the server and the specific channel you want to link. Finally, click the follow button again and you're all set. Now, let's get back to server settings. The first section is the overview. Let's start with the System Messages channel. If you want welcome messages like this to appear in your server, select a channel where those messages can be sent. Toggle on the first option and toggle off all the rest. Now let's set up server boost messages. Whenever someone boosts your server, Discord will send a notification like this. To enable this, choose a channel for boost messages and toggle off all the options, except the third one, and you're good to go. Next is the activity feed. This shows what games your server members have played recently. It'll appear on the right side as activity. Personally, I disable this option, but if you want it, simply toggle it on. Finally, the default notification settings. Don't overthink this. Just select the second option and you're all set. All right, now let's create some roles. Click on the Create Role option. Start by writing the role name. Next, click on the Custom Color option and choose any color you like, or use the existing colors if you prefer. The first option is display role members separately from online members. For main roles like owner, admin, or moderator, make sure to toggle this on, as it will display them separately in the member list. The second option is allow anyone to mention this role. If this is toggled on, anyone can mention the role. I usually disable this for all the roles to prevent unnecessary pings. For the owner role, I typically enable all permissions. However, if you want to limit some permissions, That's perfectly fine. Now, let's move on to creating the admin role. Only give this role to your closest friends, or people you fully trust, because they'll have complete access to the server. Enable administrator permissions for this role. Now, let's create the moderator role. Moderators are responsible for keeping the server safe and organized. You can enable the same permissions I've used for this role. Next, let's create a role that we will assign to all the bots in the server. For the bots role, I've enabled administrator permission, but only assign this role to verified and trusted bots. Finally, the member role. I usually don't enable any permissions here, because I prefer to manually assign permissions based on individual channels. I have created 3 additional roles that I will be using later in this video. At the bottom, you'll see the default everyone role. This is a default role assigned to all members. I usually clear all permissions for this role and assign permissions based on specific channels. Now let's talk about the 3 main types of channel permissions. First one is read-only channels. Members can only read and react to the messages, but they can't send any messages. Second one is general channels. Members can chat, send emojis and GIFs, share files, and much more. Third one is private channels. These are hidden from most members, such as admin or moderator-only channels. Now, there are 2 ways to set channel permissions. You can manually change the permissions for each channel by going to Edit Channel, selecting permissions, and updating them individually for all channels. Alternatively, you can change the permissions for a single category, and all channels within that category will automatically follow the same permissions. We'll go with the easiest option, Category Permissions. Right-click on the category name and choose Edit Category. Then, go to Permissions. By default, you'll see the Everyone role. Adjust the permissions for this role first. This category has read-only channels, so there are very few permissions that we have to change. You can copy these same permissions if you'd like to. Then, click the plus icon and add the member role. Apply the same permissions for this role. Now double-check that all channels within this category are synced with the main category. If the channel is synced, then you will see something like this. Community category is where members are allowed to interact with each other. Enable all the necessary chat permissions. If you want, you can copy the same permissions I've used. Since this category has no voice channels, there's no need to change voice permissions. For the voice channel category, make sure that text channel permissions are also enabled, because each voice channel has its own chat section. management category is for staff only. Disable the view channel permission for the everyone role. For the admin channel, since we've already given the admin roles the administrator permission, so you just need to enable view channel permissions. The staff commands channel is where staff can run bot commands. Enable use application commands to let them interact with bots. Logs and info category is for staff only. Disable the view channel permission for the everyone role. Finally, let's double check that all roles and permissions are functioning correctly. Go to server settings. Roles. Select the everyone role. On the right side, click the three dots and choose View Server as Role. This allows you to view the server from the perspective of that role, ensuring everything works as intended. And that's it. Your roles and permissions are ready to go. Now, let's add some safety features to keep our community protected from bots and raids. First, click on your server name and go to Server Settings. Under Moderation, you'll find the Safety Setup option. Click on DM and Spam Protection. Make sure to set the verification level to at least medium. This ensures users must have a verified email and account to join your server. Next, let's set up rules screening. This ensures that all new users must accept your server rules before they can participate. Start by writing a short introduction about your server. Then, click Get Started to begin adding the rules. You can either use the default rules provided by Discord or add your own custom rules. I'll be adding my own rules, and I've also shared these same rules in the description, so feel free to use them if needed. Once you've added the rules, toggle the option to enable the rules screening feature. Then, click on the Preview button to see how it will appear to new members. If you'd like a tutorial on how to set up Discord's auto moderation, let me know in the comments below. Additionally, I've already made a detailed video on Sapphire's auto moderation system. You can check that out later if you're interested. Lastly, enable two-factor authentication to add an extra layer of security to your server. Once that's done, you're all set. Now, let's add some bots to take our server to the next level. And yes, we're going to make it look super simple. First, let's start with the statistics bot. I'll click on the server name head to the app directory and search for server stats. I'll add the bot to the server. Once the bot has joined the server, I'll give them the bot's role. Run the command /create counter. In the counter options, I'll select members and bots. Set the channel to voice channel and hit enter. If the statistics counter is at the bottom, then click on the server name and toggle Show All Channels option. Remember, customization is up to you, but do not change anything after the colon in the counter name. For more details, I've already made a video on creating different counter channels. You'll find the link in the description. Next up, I'll create a new category for the counter channel and move it there. I'll make sure to select Keep Current Permissions, or the stats counter won't update properly. Now, let's bring in a utility bot. This one will do the heavy lifting for our server. Let's head back to the app directory. I'll search for Sapphire and add it to the server. Once the Sapphire bot has joined the server, head over to their dashboard. First, I'll create an embedded rules message. I'll go to the Messages tab, create a new template, go to the Edit page and clear the default message. You can write your server rules here or check the description for the rules templates. I already have them, so I will just paste it here. Click on the left side strip to change the embed color. At the bottom, you will see an option of image. Here you can add the header image link. To do that, I've uploaded the images to a private channel. Expand the image, right-click, and choose Copy Link. Paste the link in Image section of the embed message. Then, I'll go to the Use tab, select the Rules channel, and then click on Send Message option. Now let's set up the YouTube notifications. I'll add a creator name, mine, obviously. Choose the channel where notifications will go. Click on Open Additional Settings to further customize the message. Click on the plus icon to add the ping role that we've created earlier. Toggle both the options. If you want to customize the message template, then choose Open Message Editor. This is how the default message looks like. Go to the Edit page and customize the message if you'd like to. I already have my own message template, so I'll paste it here. Next, let's set up a joining role. I'll go to the Join Roles tab, select the member role. Oops. There is an error, and it is basically saying, move the Sapphire Bot role above the member role. So let's fix it. Hit Save Changes. Refresh the dashboard, and the issue will be resolved. I'll also toggle off the rules screening option. As you can see, Sapphire has enough permissions to assign joining roles to new users. For welcome messages, I'll go to the Welcome Messages tab, then go to Join Messages, now create a new message. If you want detailed video on welcome messages, then let me know in comments below. I already have the welcome message with me, so I'll just paste it here. Lastly, let's set up the logging module. Click on Set Category Channel and select the channel in which you want to log all the actions. Here, I will choose a separate channel for user join and leave actions. Lastly, for moderation, I will choose Mod Logs channel. Hit Save Changes, and we're all set. Last but not least, let's add a ticket system. Back in the app directory, I'll search for Ticket Tool and add it to the server. Now, make a new category where all the new tickets will be created. Make sure to toggle Private Category option. Go to Ticket Tools dashboard. You will find the link in description. Go to Panel Configs tab and create a new panel. Rename it to Support Tickets. Click on the General option and select the Moderator role. Now moderators will get access to all the new tickets that will be created. Click on Category option and select the category that we've made just now. Whenever users create any new ticket, it'll be shown in this category. Click on Messages option and select Edit Panel Message. Open the Embed Editor and change the panel message. You can also change the appearance of the button. Go back to Messages option and select the ticket message. This is the message that users will see once they've created a ticket. Now go back to the Menu tab. Under Advanced Settings, click on Transcripts option. Select the channel in which you want the transcripts to be saved. Click on Limits option and increase the limits of ticket each user can open. Click on Send button and select the Tickets channel. Looks like there's an error here. Let's fix it. Go to Server Settings, Roles, and move the Ticket tool role above all the other roles. Go to the Permissions tab and give the bot Administrator permissions. Now, let's try again. As you can see, panel has been sent to the channel. If you want to set up Discord's onboarding feature, then make sure to watch this video.